Perma perks from Black Ops 2 have always been really interesting to me. A lot of people don't even know how they work or what they even really do. And they're only on 3 maps in the entire game. In this video, I'm going to do a quick, brief analysis on every perma perk in Black Ops 2 and giving them a rating from S to F. So without further ado, my name is Pre-Match, and let's get started. Now, some perma perks are actually really useful, some of them are actually really confusing, and some of them are just downright terrible. So we're going to start off the list with the absolute worst perma perk of all time, Pistol Points. So a lot of people don't even know what Pistol Points even is. Basically, it just lets you get double points per hit with an M1911 pistol. Now that sounds pretty good, right? That doesn't sound terrible. In fact, that sounds like a good thing to have, until you realize that you lose the perma perk if you kill a zombie, which is just so stupid. Now, you actually gain the perma perk by killing 8 zombies in a row while maintaining less than 25% accuracy with the pistol. So by the time that you even kill 8 zombies with 25% or less accuracy, you're not even going to have any ammo left to get double points. So you basically have to get this perma perk and then quit your game and go back into another game just to get double points for non-lethal hits for 6 zombies on round 1. It is absolutely terrible. Most people don't even know it's in the game, and yeah, this one's an absolute F tier, automatic F tier lock. I don't know why you would ever want to use this unless you just absolutely want to maximize your points on round 1. Yeah, literally no reason to ever use this. Absolute trash, belongs at the bottom. Well, next up, we're going to go over one that I would say is a lot more well-known, and this is going to be steel barriers. So steel barriers is exactly what it sounds like. It just replaces the wooden boards with these metal boards, I guess, these metal planks, whatever you want to call it, and it basically makes it to where it's a lot harder for the zombies to rip them off to be able to enter through the window. The only map that has perma perks where I can seriously see this being beneficial is Transit because of the bus. And the Pack-a-Punch area, when you're building Pack-a-Punch, it is nice to have, you know, a bit more time to build it. Having those steel barriers can help you. And this is going to perfectly segue into our next perma perk, which is going to be Steel Carpenter. So Steel Carpenter is exactly what it sounds like. It just fixes the boards up instantly with these steel barriers rather than the wooden ones. I would give Steel Barriers a C-, and I'm going to give Steel Carpenter a C. And the only reason that it's higher is because at least the Carpenter repairs all the boards for you, so you don't have to go out of your way to do it. So this is one that sounds good in theory, but in all practicality, it's really not that useful. And this is going to be half off. So what half off does is during your double points, you can buy stuff for half the price. So as you can see, I just bought the M16 Wallby for 600 points instead of the standard 1200. So it sounds good on theory, right? It's like, wow, that is a great perma perk. Until you realize that you lose it if you get any points during the double points period. So it's like, okay, well, you either have to make a choice. Are you going to kill zombies during double points and get more points? Or are you going to just spend half the price on stuff? And in all honesty, in most situations, it's just better to get more points during double points. I guess unless you want to buy something expensive like Pack-a-Punch or Galvanuckles or something, I really just don't see a use of this. It's so much better just to capitalize on the double points when it pops up. So yes, it's good in theory, but it's also extremely counterintuitive. I'm going to give this one a C-. I'm going to put it right next to Steel Barriers. Have you ever played Black Ops 2 Zombies and noticed this red Instakill icon and didn't know where it come from or how you got it? Well, that is called Instakill Pro, or Red Instakill. So, Red Instakill basically just gives you a death barrier on your body for 15 seconds for all the zombies. So, any zombie that runs into you will instantly die. So it's actually really, really helpful. But how exactly do you earn this? I mean, I know back in the day, I never realized how I ever got this thing. Well, you basically have to not kill any zombies for 2 insta-kills in a row. So if you think about it, if you're getting set up and stuff like that during the matches, there might be periods where you just kill no zombies on insta-kill. So it actually happens a lot more common than you think, and the only way to lose it is if you don't kill any zombies on Instakill once you unlock Instakill Pro. I literally can't find anything wrong with this one at all. However, there are ones that are much better than this one. I'm going to give this one an A. I think this is a solid one, and it is our first A on the list. some of these perma perks actually derive from the Perka-Colas that are found in the game already. And the first one that we're going to talk about is Perma Quick Revive. So Quick Revive, what it does is it basically does exactly what you think it does. It helps you revive your teammates faster. So as you can see here, this guy's going to go down, and when I revive him, it is significantly faster than normal, even though I don't have the Quick Revive Perka-Cola. So this one is actually really good. There's nothing wrong with it. However, it is a little annoying because you have to revive 17 people in one match in order to get it. That's why I had to play Xbox, because I just couldn't find people to play with on PC to revive people 17 times. And it also stacks with regular quick revive. So as you can see here, I'm reviving these people almost instantly. It's a really, really good perma perk. However, it is also really easy to lose. In order to lose it, you basically just have to fail a revive. So in the middle of reviving someone, you end up stopping for whatever reason. The zombies pull up on you or something, and then it goes away. And then you have to get 17 more revives in one game. So it is a pretty harsh penalty to lose it. But I would say overall, it is an extremely strong perma perk. I'm going to give this one an A right next to Red Instakill. Our next one is also derived from another Perka-Cola, and that is going to be Perma Juggernog. So Juggernog is really, really good in this game. It makes you a 4-hit kill without Jug. Like, that's crazy, especially in a game like Black Ops 2, where you are a 2-hit kill to die. Having 4 hits to die is absolutely amazing. This one is really good for like starting room challenges and stuff like that. It's really good for Easter egg speedruns. Perma Juggernog is one of the absolute best perma perks in this entire game, and it also stacks with Juggernog, so it makes you even stronger. So the way that you lose this perma perk, according to the COD wiki, it's a little confusing, but basically you cannot earn it again past round 15. But you can still have it until you down after round 15. So if you make it to round 20 and you go down with Perma Jug, then basically you don't have Perma Jug again. You have to go back into another game, and then in round 15 it goes away again. It's a little confusing, to be honest, but altogether I would say that it is still an extremely strong perma perk in this game. I'm going to give this one an A+. I think it's absolutely fantastic to have, and there's no negative to having it. And I'm also going to say that this is not the best Perka-Cola related perma perk in this game. We're going to get into that one right now. So for those who don't know about the Tombstone Perka-Cola from Black Ops 2, it is a terrible perk. It's one of the worst in COD history, but the perma perk version is absolutely fantastic. So as you can see, I just got revived, but I kept my perks. Whoa, 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 whoa. Wait a minute. That is extremely overpowered, and it is extremely significantly better than the actual Tombstone perk. Like, what? I remember when I was 14 years old, I was so fascinated by it, and I would run it in every single game that I played on Transit, Die Rise, and Buried. It's also super easy to get, and it's super hard to lose. So you basically have it almost forever. You have to go out of your way to lose it. In order to gain Perma Tombstone, you have to buy 4 perks before the end of round 5 in 3 separate matches. Now that might sound kind of difficult until you realize that Transit, Die Rise, and Buried all have the bank. So you can just farm a bunch of points, dump it in the bank, and then log into 3 separate games, and then buy 4 perks before the end of round 5, and bam, you got Perma Tombstone. There's always been a myth on how you lose Perma Tombstone. A lot of people said that if you just went down 3 times before the end of round 5, then you would lose it, but that is not true. Technically, the wiki says that you lose it if you get a perk on the same round that you achieved the perma perk. Super confusing. That's just how these perma perks are. I don't understand really what that even means. All I know is that I have never lost this perma perk. I've had it forever. So does anyone know how we actually lose this thing? Can anyone explain how this actually works? Because I still to this day don't understand. It's also important to mention that you will always lose Quick Revive first. It is the perk that you're always going to lose. On solo, you'll lose Quick Revive over anything else. And on co-op, you will still also lose Quick Revive over everything else. So if you have 7 perks on Buried, you will lose Quick Revive even if it was your first perk. But after that, it will go in descending order of which you bought them. So if you have Mule Kick as your first perk, then you will not lose Mule Kick unless you go down 7 times in a row without buying any more perks. It is an extremely good perma perk. I'm going to give this one an S tier. However, we still have one more perk-related perma perk to go over. And that one is going to be Flopper, or Perma PhD Flopper. This one is only on Buried, which is the biggest issue with this one because I feel like it would do so much better on Transit and Die Rise. But you know what? Buried is kind of a sandbox map anyway. I think it fits perfectly fine. You know, you don't need it, but it's still fun to have. So I think that this one is really, really good. It's fun to use. I mean, who doesn't like PhD Flopper? It's fun to flop around and kill zombies with it. And of course, it's good because it negates explosive damage to yourself. So you could just spam yourself with a Raygun or Mustang and Sally's, and you will not die. However, one of the main features from the actual PhD Perca-Cola is that it gets rid of fall damage. That's not a thing for this one. Now, that might not sound like a big deal on the surface, until you realize that the way that you lose the perma perk is if you take too much fall damage, and you basically can't take any at all. If you fall off of any of these ledges that I'm flopping off of right now, just normally, then you will probably lose the perma perk. So it's super easy to lose it, but it's also super easy to get. In order to get it, you just have to take a lot of fall damage. Like, I would say maybe 5 or 6 flops off the top of one of these, and you'll get it back. So it's easy to get it back once you lose it, but on a map like Buried, where there's a lot of vertical spaces, it is easy to lose it. You might just accidentally fall off of stuff. So the lack of PhD Flopper as a perk in Black Ops 2 in general does bring up the value of this perma perk. Honestly, nothing really wrong with it. I think it's a super fun thing to do. I do think it would be a lot better if it was on maps like Transit and Die Rise, but you know, it is what it is. It's still fun to use. I'm going to give this one a B-. It's not necessary for you to have a good game, but I think it's still fun to use. So next up, we have a very popular but also confusing one, and that's going to be Raygun Wallby, or Raygun Off the Wall. So the Raygun Wallby is exactly what it sounds like. Have you ever played Black Ops 2 Zombies and you went to buy the Olympia and it gave you the Raygun instead? Well, that's what this perma perk is. So it sounds super good. On the surface, you're like, holy crap, that has to be the best one out of all of them. You get a freaking ray gun for 500 points. But here is the major catch to this perma perk. You cannot buy the ray gun off the wall with this perma perk if you have the skull, knife, or shotguns rank. You can only get it if you have the bone or the crossbones. So, in all practicality, it's really not even that useful. You have to make an entire new account, basically, or just be like the worst zombies player ever in order to be able to get the ray gun off the wall. So, yeah, it sounds good on the surface, but in all practicality, it's really not that good. I'm going to give this one like a D+, simply because you just can't use it once you pass the easiest 2 ranks to pass. So, yeah, this one might be controversial. It might get some hate, but I think it belongs here. Alright, so next up we have Better Box. So this one sounds pretty simple. Have you ever played Black Ops 2 Zombies and saw a teddy bear on top of the box? Well, that is Better Box. So basically it increases your likelihood to get better weapons out of the mystery box. There actually is a chart that will show you what weapons you're more likely to get when you have the Better Box upgrade perma perk active. I will say it absolutely does help. I mean, you do have a better chance of getting better weapons. I've seen it, but it's not perfect. I mean, as you can see here, I still got this shotgun from the mystery box. Like, you're not gonna get the absolute best things from it, but it does help. There's nothing wrong with this perma perk. It's super easy to get. Yeah, there's nothing really wrong with this one at all. I just don't think it does enough. Like, it's not super good, but it is good at the same time. So I'm gonna give this one like a B-. Like, it's good, but it's not that good. So next up we have one that is actually really, really useful, but it's super hard to get and it's super easy to lose. This one is going to be Cashback. So similar to the loose change mechanic from World at War Zombies, you get points from proning on perks, but it is very, very brutal. The best thing about it is that it actually gives you 1,000 points for proning at the perk machine after you buy a perk, which is really, really strong. In fact, if you buy Quick Revive on solo, you're going to profit 500 points. And for all the other perks, like Speed Cola, for example, you're going to spend 3,000 and you're going to get 1,000 back, effectively making it a third off, which is really, really strong. However, in order to gain the perma perk, you have to first buy 50 perks. So like, how on earth are you going to keep track of that? In a solo match, you're only going to get like a third of that. So you literally have to play multiple matches buying 50 perks, somehow keeping track of all of them. And then after that, you have to buy 15 more and prone after buying all of them. And you have to do it 2.5 seconds after the perk icon pops up on the screen. So you have to buy 65 perks, proning in 2.5 seconds after buying them for 15 of them just to get this. And in order to lose it, you have to forget to prone after you buy the perk 1 time. If you forget to prone 2.5 seconds after that icon shows up, you will lose it and have to do all of that over again. So yeah, it's a really good reward, but it's just such a hard process to get, and it is an extremely brutal process if you forget to do it 1 time. I'm going to give this one like a C. It's really good, but the logistics behind it are absolutely terrible. So our next one is going to be another confusing one, and that's going to be headshot damage. Some people might say this is tied to Deadshot Daiquiri. I don't think it's similar enough to be tied to that one, but basically it just increases headshot damage. If you've ever played Black Ops 2 Zombies and were just running around killing zombies like normal, and you noticed like a little green mist pop up just for no reason out of nowhere, that is probably headshot damage. It is one of the perma perks that you just don't understand how to even get, and you also don't know how to lose it either, and you probably don't even know that you have it to begin with. When in reality, it's really not that hard to get, and it's not that hard to lose it. Like, it's really not complicated. The problem is that people just don't care. Like, I've never cared about having this perma perk. It doesn't really do enough for me to care about it. I've always thought of it as just whatever. Like, it hasn't really been that important to me throughout my game, so I just have no interest in learning about it. But I guess it doesn't do anything wrong. All it does is help you. I just don't care. So I'm going to give this one, honestly, like a B-. Like, it's cool, but it's not that cool. Like, I don't know. It's whatever. It's a B-. That's not bad, though. I mean, that's still pretty good. And last but not least, we have probably the most famous one, sniper points. So we started this list off with pistol points. That one's terrible. But sniper points is absolutely amazing. And the only reason that it's amazing is because of the SVU Wallby on Die Rise and Buried. It's super easy to get. All you have to do is get 5 long-range headshots. So you could just throw a monkey really far away, sniper kill 5 zombies in the head, and bam, you got it. When you kill a zombie with this, you get so many points. Just watch the gameplay. When I kill a zombie, I get a crap ton of points. Now, it is good to mention that double points does not stack with this, but who cares? Okay, if you get a headshot, you get even more points from it, and the only way that you lose it is if you miss 3 sniper shots in a row, which that might sound kind of easy to lose, and in all honesty, it really isn't that easy because the sniper rifles just have really slow fire rates. So, like, it's not like you're going to wildly miss a lot of ammo. Even if you do miss it, you could always just get it back super easy. I guess it's important to mention that this perma perk is actually not super good on transit, and that's because transit doesn't have an SVU Wallby, but if you get the Barrett or the DSR out of the box, then it still counts. You're still going to get all these crazy points. So, honestly, I'm going to give this one an S. I think it's going to be right next to the Tombstone one. I'm not sure if it's as good as the Tombstone one, but it's right there next to it if it's not better. So in conclusion, I do think that perma perks are a positive for the game. Even if some of them are pretty bad and poorly implemented, I still think that the mystery behind them is one of the things that made classic zombies so good. Not understanding how you get it, how you lose it, and what all the specific abilities are a part of the charm of zombies. Could they have been better implemented? Absolutely. But you know what? It doesn't matter, because they're cool. Even going back to record gameplay for this video is one of the most fun moments I've had in zombies in the past few years. It really did break up the monotony of modern zombies just by taking me back to what this game was really meant to be made for. So in all honesty, do I think perma perks should come back into Call of Duty Zombies? Maybe, if they're well implemented, but to be honest, I kind of think they deserve to stay in Black Ops 2. It's just another thing that makes this game so great. This video was super fun to make, and I hope that it was enjoyable to watch. If you guys like this kind of content, this kind of old school Call of Duty stuff, these analysis and reviews and whatnot, then be sure to subscribe to this channel, because that's what this channel is all about. And I'll see y'all in the next one.